the All-Pro Auto Parts 300 Race Special. Brought to you in part by the Carolina Honda dealers.
Hello and welcome to the All-Pro Auto Parts 300 Race Special. I'm Jim Celania from News 36 Sports. What beautiful weather we have. This is NASCAR weather. Blue skies, just a few clouds, and 60 degrees in that range. A far cry from what we experienced in May when we had the hot temperatures and it became a real factor with the drivers and the tires. We're prepared to bring you all the highlights from the day's racing actions at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And with me again is my colleague in the pits, Hannah Storm. She's with the drivers right now. Hannah?
Thanks a lot, Jim. Should be some great all-out racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The top 12 qualifiers in this one are Winston Cup regulars, and those guys have nothing to lose in this race. As for the Busch Grand National racers, well, there's a little more at stake because they have a points race going on. Tommy Ellis leads Mike Alexander by 98 points. As for the Winston Cup guys like Jeff Bodine and the others, they're out here for fun, also to assess the track conditions for tomorrow and for something else.
This thing pays $26,000 to win, so it's a pretty good day's work.
Basically, they got to run as hard as they can to catch me, and they feel like they said the pressure's on me, but I feel like the pressure's on them. It's a deal for us now that we got to try to win. We got to make every point count.
And so we were fixing the car this morning, and we all missed the driver's meeting. And the rule about that is if you miss the driver's meeting, you start dead last. So we're going to start dead last, and where we have the car, since we fixed it, it's untested. So I really don't know how it's going to run.
All 44 of the starters in today's field are on Goodyears to say they're running about 0.4 of a second faster on the average lap than the Hoosiers. We'll see how they stand the wear and tear of race conditions as we begin the race. Back to you, Jim.
Okay, Hannah, thanks a lot. Boy, you can see, look at those Winston Cup drivers sitting up there. This should be a real argument between the Grand National guys and the Winston Cup drivers. A couple of Winston Cup drivers who will not be in this field today, and we'll show you why right now. They had a challenge race here earlier today. 4 drivers would qualify for the 300. Well, 2 of them that won't, Greg Sachs. Look what happens to Sachs in turn 4. When Davey Allison was leading the race on the very first lap, Sachs got tangled up, caught on fire after he hit the wall. Obviously, he will not be in the 300. He was not hurt, we understand. Greg Sachs, of course, will be in the Oakwood 500 on Sunday. And back to that race, Davey Allison was running away with it, but then after a caution, they restarted. Davey, tremendous bad luck, blew a tire, had to come back in, could not make up the ground. Sachs and Allison will watch this one, and you'll be watching it too when we come right back after this commercial word. Pace car is down pit road, and it looks like we got the green here for the All-Pro Auto Parts 344 cars. They're racing toward the green. They've got it, and they're gone. Harry Gant led the field into turn 1, the field of 44, gaining speed for the back stretch. They would hit speed right around 195, and then have to back off going into turn 3. It was there Dale Earnhardt make his move for the lead. But Gant closed the door, and Jeff Bodine, the outside pole sitter, assumed the lead after 1 lap. But the racing came to a screeching halt on lap 4, a massive snarl directly in front of the main grandstand. Too many collisions to count. Some cars would not return, others just wounded. Drivers Bobby Labonte in the 88 car and Morgan Shepherd in the 97 Buick caught the worst of it. Bobby was able to walk to the hospital. Shepherd was carried, but he says he's okay for tomorrow.
Somebody hit me from behind, and they said it was Michael Walker. And, I just couldn't understand why they was doing that kind of carrying on 3 laps into the race, wiped out a bunch of race cars.
It was like a tag team match for tow trucks, trying to get that track ready for more racing under the green. Well, when the green came out again, 11 cars separated themselves from the field. Bill Elliott, 11th. Earnhardt and Harry Gant battled for second place behind Jeff Bodine. On the 33rd lap, Randy LaJoie blew a tire, hit the wall in turn 2, and caught on fire. He was okay, but under the caution leader, Jeff Bodine made an illegal pit stop and was moved to the back of the field.
Yeah, because people are standing out there holding signs that think there's a car in the pit block. The wheel is hanging over. I'm just ready to quit.
The flag, the Bodine car, hitting outside the yellow line, that's all.
So Bodine would have a lot of ground to make up. But watch what happened to Neil Bonnet in the number 12 Piper Aircraft Racing Buick. He loses power in a bad spot. This shot shows how really gifted these drivers are as they enter turn 3. Bonnet could have held a breath or two on this one. Pole sitter Harry Gant was considered the rabbit in the field, the car to catch, but he left the race before the halfway point. Hannah Storm was with Harry behind the wall.
We pretty much had a superior car, and I just hate this happened. Jim Ruggles built such good engines for us all year, and that just a small minor problem here now, but we didn't want to, we're going to lose somebody laps fixing it.
Back to racing now. The fans were really treated to something a little unusual. Just before the halfway break, Rusty Wallace ran out of gas. It's not the first time, and it probably won't be the last. But the man in black appeared. Dale Earnhardt pushed Wallace around the track for 2 laps and shoved his buddy down pit road.
I figured a fuel mile was kind of close, and I ran out of gas, and I motioned for a bunch of guys to push me in, and Dale seen me hollering back there, and he come up and helped me out, and couldn't get anybody else to do it, but he did.
I thought Rusty ran out of gas, so I gave him a little push on in, but we're going to try to patch this thing up and get back under caution. They won't let us work on it now. They had this 15-minute break to work on the cars, and NASCAR says you can't work on your cars, so hell, we should have kept racing. Why you won't stop for it?
When the green came out, Earnhardt, who had already experienced engine trouble, was forced to take his hat off for the day and wait for tomorrow.
We came back in on that next caution, full of Valco, and tried to change the push rod. There was a busted lifter instead. Couldn't go down that far, and the engine don't change it, so we just had to quit.
Now back to the track, and that's when 20-year-old Robbie Moroso from Madison, Connecticut became a factor in this race, sticking his nose into Winston Cup territory. The talented Grand National driver was racing with the leaders and staying with them. On lap 115, the caution came out again. Turn 4, Mike Alexander in the 84 car was really racked up, but Dave Simpson in the white 77 car hit the wall almost head-on and lost the front end of that machine. Simpson was a little shaken and made a trip to the hospital. What about Alexander? He limped down pit road.
77 car spun up there and hit the wall and came back on the racetrack. And rather than hit him, we spun, and it's just a bad day for us.
After another caution toward the end of the race, it came down to a 4-lap dash with Robbie Moroso in front. Bobby Hillen Jr., Jeff Bodine, and Ken Schrader trying to catch him, but they could not. The kid had what it took. Moroso will make his first Winston Cup start tomorrow in the Oakwood. And Hannah Storm has him in the winner's circle.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Now, Rob, when I talked to you before this race, you had no idea what your car was going to do. Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was definitely surprised. The first half of the race, it was not handling too good, and I was a little concerned about it. Then we had that intermission, and the crew got it back on track, and we had an early pit stop, which put us on the lead with not too many laps to go with fuel in the car. And then we had that late caution, and the tires just held on to go. The Moroso Oldsmobile just ran great all day. The crew worked hard. And I like to say hi to Rad at home and tell him to hurry up and get better and come back to work. We need him.
Now, when Jeff Bodine was on your tail, what was on your mind?
I was looking from the windshield to the mirror, wondering if I could hold him up, And after I held him up for 4 laps, that last lap, I knew I could, I knew I had it won. I'm still amazed.
In your first Winston Cup race tomorrow, do you have an encore plan?
Well, that'd be nice, but at least now, even if I look bad then, I'll still look good. I don't know.
Congratulations, Rob. Back to you, Jim.
So once again, our congratulations to Robbie Moroso, and you can see right there all the Winston Cup drivers are getting ready for their most important practice of the week coming up right now. They'll get those cars tuned up for the extra 200 miles they'll run tomorrow in the Oakwood 500. When we come back, we'll take a look at the field for tomorrow's 500. Welcome back to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Jim Celania along with Hannah Storm, and congratulations again to Robbie Moroso, who won the All-Pro Auto Parts 300. Right now, the Winston Cup drivers are out on the track practicing for tomorrow's Oakwood 500, and it should be another gorgeous day. We talked to a few of the drivers about what they expect for the big race on Sunday.
Oh, I think it's going to be a real competitive race. Excellent show for the fans. The only thing is, we'll probably just pace ourselves a little bit just to make sure there's no tire problems, and then after that, I think it's going to be pretty much wide open.
No different than any other race. The thing of it is you go out, you run 500 miles and hope you do everything to try to win.
I think the main significance about this race is that it's in Charlotte. All the teams are located here. Your crew is here. It's like racing in front of your home crowd for 40 different teams. So everybody's going to be fired up and inspired and want to win this race.
What kind of race are you expecting tomorrow?
A lot less trouble-free than this one was, I hope.
So that's what it looks like for tomorrow's race. Hannah and I will be back at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in just a moment to wrap things up after this short break. Welcome back to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. You know, today's race, I think, was a breakthrough for Robbie Moroso, but it's a breakthrough in general for a lot of young drivers. We've heard about the new era coming on. You can add the name Robbie Moroso to that list. I thought today's race was a very solid one, a good preview of tomorrow's action. Let's go down to Hannah Storm in the pits and get her observations on today's race.
Well, Jim, a controversial beginning, but certainly a storybook ending for Rob Moroso. We have a new hero to cheer for as the young champion takes on the veterans in tomorrow's Oakwood Homes 500. We'll see you then. Back to you, Jim.
Okay, Hannah, thanks a lot. Right now, the Winston Cup drivers are getting their final practice minutes in, the most important practice they'll have before tomorrow's Oakwood 500. And you can catch all those highlights right here on today's 36 at 11:30 Sunday night. So for our entire race coverage crew and Hannah Storm, I'm Jim Celania, inviting you to stay tuned now to watch Saturday Night Live, the season premiere in its entirety. Good night from everybody here from the Motor Speedway.
Ready, guys?
Yeah.
Live from New York.
It's Saturday night! Van Dam, not quite yet. First of all, it's Race Week 88. Then in 15 minutes, the premiere of Saturday Night Live. Stay tuned. Almost live. Premiere of Saturday Night Live, so stay tuned.
Almost live from Charlotte. It's almost live from Charlotte.
Just say almost live from Charlotte. Then Saturday Night Live, so stay tuned.
Almost live from Charlotte.
That's better.
That's better?
That's better.
Okay, that's good.